Hey everyone, this is Renee on the Go Within channel, helping you to go within yourself to find your own answers. Welcome to the duck pond again. It's a beautiful day and the ducks have been chiming in a lot, so maybe they will perk up during this video. It would be kind of fun. The topic for today is feeling bad about yourself is a complete waste of time. I'm just going to be really blunt. I tend to be kind of direct. You might have noticed. So this is something I have often said, like I have a PhD in feeling bad about myself. Many times we grow up not getting support or the love we need, or we grew up being abused, or especially verbally abused. And so we were the ones taking criticism constantly and having to kind of carry other people, or we're like that scapegoat or this dumping ground for other people in our family. So whether that is your situation or not, if just defaulting to beating yourself up, if that's your way of dealing with things, we got to change it. The first thing I want to say is you have choice. You do. You have a choice to not feel like a victim. No one can make you feel like a victim. If something goes wrong and you go right into, I'm a piece of shit, I'm a loser, I suck, and so on and so on. That's not helping. But I know we automatically go into this as if somehow that's the right thing to do, that's the protocol, and that's the best way to handle the situation. And what that does is it keeps you from growing, and it keeps you feeling small and feeling stupid. And it just perpetuates the cycle. So we got to stop when we see ourselves doing that. We got to say, hey, wait a minute, I deserve more self-respect from me. I deserve to treat myself better. And I'm not, so that's crazy. Talking to myself like that is disrespectful to myself, and I got to take a different direction now. Don't spend a minute beating yourself up. I had a situation recently where I went right into that. Something happened that knocked me off on my butt, and I went right into that. And in hindsight, I realized, what would I do differently about the situation? Well, for one, I wouldn't spend a second of my time, of precious time, feeling bad about myself. It takes, if you can pull up within you to see a situation objectively, to own what is yours to own and discard what is not your responsibility. And sometimes when we beat ourselves up, we take everything personally, we're taking responsibility that isn't ours, and we're just, just beating ourselves up like crazy when it's not warranted. It's a habit, it's something that we've learned, it's this habitual thing, and we gotta break it. It's like just a cycle, learned behavior that you have to break. To say, I deserve more self-respect. I see my role in this, and what is not my role. And I'll own my part, and that is it. And sometimes it can be scary, especially if you grew up learning to be a people pleaser. It can be very difficult to put your feelings where they belong. If it's on someone else, and because if it doesn't feel safe, you turn it on yourself. Yeah. And that's just something it takes practice to notice that, stop yourself in that moment, to stop that behavior, and then, take a step back and be nicer to yourself. Ultimately, it's just something you gotta work at. There's no shortcuts. So, let me know if you have any questions about that. There's a lot in there that I just touched on very briefly, but if you have questions, leave it for me below the video or comments, anything. I love hearing from you. Thank you so much for watching, sharing, and subscribing. I'll see you soon.